Good morning. How are you? Is it Natalie? Good morning. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Wait a minute or two for some others to join, and then we'll get started. Are you doing good? Yes. Good. Hi, Keisha. Hi, Claire. Okay. Hi, Michael. I am doing good. Is it Nasavi? I'm not sure if I said that correctly or not. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, Michael, you're in England. Nice. Is it cold there in England? It's cold here. I got a tank top on, but I've had a lot of coffee and I've been to the gym, so I'm hot. Hi, Brenda. How are you? Hi, Lindsay. Yay, Lindsay. I usually try to go live a little bit later, but I am very busy today, so I figured I'd schedule it early. Oh, it is cold. Okay. Do you like the cold, Michael, or no? I don't like the cold. Hi, Olivia. We're going to get started. We're going to do you versus them. Keep in mind, this is general collective. Only take it if it resonates. You guys want your own personalized, in-depth reading. Check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. Also, I did put live readings one-on-one. If you want to purchase one, I have 15-minute and 30-minute options via Zoom. They are on my website now. I did put those on there this morning. Hi, Olivia from Scotland. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with you versus them. And I'm going to switch over, so I won't be looking at the chat, but you guys can feel free as you come in. Please like and put a comment. You can put an emoji, whatever you want. Just be nice and respectful to others in the chat. And if you guys want to join members, feel free to do that. There's exclusive content on there. If you're coming in after the live started, I will put the timestamps down below. What else? We will do ask a question, get an answer bonus at the end. Hi, Corinne. Hi, Brenda. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and switch over now. Let's start with Aries first. All right, Aries, you versus your person. Are you mirroring each other or are you on completely different pages? Aries and their person. Aries and their person. All right, Aries, you're in the High Priestess energy. So your intuition's trying to tell you something about your situation. Your person is in the Hermit energy. So they are maybe being quiet, maybe isolation. What's the energy between Aries and their person? The Ace of Swords. So Aries, you're really trying to figure out what your intuition's telling you about this person. You could feel like they're maybe keeping secrets from you. And there's something you're wanting to know more. You're wanting to know clearly something more about the situation. Why are you in the High Priestess energy? Okay, so you could be in separation with this person. You could be wondering, are they wanting reconciliation? Have they decided that they want to go a different route? Why is your person in the Hermit energy for Aries? Okay, so they're trying to figure out if the two of you did have a breakup or a fight. They don't know if you're going to be able to resolve it. What's going to be the likely outcome of Aries and their person at this time? Okay, so there is a lack of stability. There's also a lack of planning when it comes to the connection. But I do see that somebody is going to break silence. So if you're in no contact and separation, I do see, is this going to be Aries or is this going to be Aries' person? Somebody wants to come in and defend their right to speak on something. Okay, so Aries, this could be your person. If you're dealing with a Virgo or a Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this person is going to come in and try to resolve whatever didn't work between the two of you. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, a Virgo, or maybe an Earth sign. All right, let's get some advice for Aries at this time. What's going to be the best piece of advice for Aries? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good? Aries placements. Regain your focus. It says trivial life matters are distracting you from your goals. This is letting you know that if you have allowed this situation or this relationship to take you away from your goals when it comes to your, maybe personal goals, your financial goals, your spiritual goals, your emotional goals, you need to regain your focus over what your intuition's telling you. All right, let's move on to Taurus. All right, Taurus, you versus your person, are you mirroring each other or are you on completely different pages? Taurus and their person at this time. Taurus and their person. Okay, so you're in the Ace of Cups energy. This could be a newer person, a newer connection. Your person is in the Six of Swords energy. The issue between the two of you is the Six of Pentacles. So you're in the Ace of Cups energy. So if this is a newer person, maybe you're newly getting to know them. You're wanting to know, is there an opportunity potentially for an emotional bond or an emotional connection? Why is Taurus in the Ace of Cups energy? Your intuition is telling you something about the separation, about the situation. You could feel like this is a soul connection or a soul contract, but this person, maybe you met them and then you had an intense bond with them and then maybe they have ran away. Okay, your person's in the Six of Swords, so they definitely have transitioned away from the connection. Why are they in the Six of Swords energy? Why is Taurus's person in this energy? Three of Cups in reverse and Nine of Swords in reverse. They're no longer investing in the situation. They could be somebody that you hooked up with. You maybe were friends with benefits with this person, and now this person is no longer investing. Okay, why is the Six of Pentacles here between Taurus and their person? Why is this here? You maybe gave more than you received. Yeah. You want this person to return, but they're not. This person maybe was a taker. What's going to be the likely outcome here with Taurus and this person? Ace of Swords. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Wands. You may have to recognize clearly that this person has maybe went in a different direction, that they're no longer wanting to invest this in the long term. So you'll be dealing with a fire sign and earth sign. We do also have Gemini and Taurus as heavy placements. All right, let's get some advice for Taurus. What's going to be the best piece of advice? What's going to be the guidance for those with Taurus placements? What's the best piece of advice for Taurus at this time? Helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think of somebody that might want to make initial contact. So there could be somebody in your friend circle, maybe in your family, that they want to help you during this time period. They might help you by actually opening you up to meeting somebody new or seeing things from a different perspective. Gemini. All right, Gemini, you versus your person, are you mirroring each other or are you on completely different pages? Gemini and their person. What is Gemini's energy? What's their person's energy? What's the energy between the two of them? Gemini. All right, you're in the Ten of Swords. Your person's in the Page of Swords. The energy between the two of you is the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Chariot. There could be physical distance here. Gemini, you could feel a sense of, you know what? I think this is over. I think this is done. Maybe you haven't heard from this person and you're wanting to know, is this actually done and over? There's a sense of defeat here. Your person is in that Page of Wands, or I'm sorry, Page of Swords energy. So they are still watching you. Maybe they're observing you at a distance. Now, the energy between the two of you is the Seven of Wands. So there's a guarded energy. All right. So why are you in the Ten of Swords, Gemini? Why is this your energy? Judgment in reverse, Temperance in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. This person hasn't told you the truth, or you didn't tell them the truth, that you made the decision you're no longer wanting to invest. You're no longer patiently waiting. So maybe you're the one who ended the situation. Let's see, why is your person in the Page of Swords? Because they're still looking at you. Gemini, if you're the one who broke up with this person or cut this person off, they're still looking at your pictures. They might be looking at your social media. They're still curious about you. Queen of Pentacles. The Moon, yeah, they're doing it in secrecy. And the Knight of Wands. They're not necessarily taking action. They're trying to understand why you cut them off, why there was a breakup. So you did push this person away, potentially, Gemini. Why did you push this person away? Okay, so there could have been physical distance as an issue. You could have just decided impulsively, you know what? I no longer feel excited. I no longer feel confident that I want this person. What's going to be the likely outcome here for Gemini? I'm hearing sorry, not sorry. You're not committing to it. There's no stability, no security. You could be dealing with a Sagittarius, a Libra, a Cancer, a Taurus, an Earth sign, a Gemini, another Gemini. All right, well, let's get you some advice, Gemini. What's the best piece of advice? What's the guidance for Gemini placements? Gemini, what's the advice? Rest. You've been working really hard. Take a nap and get some rest. So there's no need to stress over the situation, especially if you're the one who ended it. Maybe this person caused a lot of stress in your life, and now you can get some rest. That they're no longer your problem. All right, Cancer. You versus your person. Are you mirroring each other, or are you on completely different pages? Cancer and their person. What's going on for Cancer and their person? Cancer. You're in the Queen of Wands energy. Your person's in the Five of Swords energy. The energy between the two of you is the Nine of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the Hangman. So you're in the Queen of Wands. You're really confident. You're very self-sufficient. You may feel like you don't want to sacrifice or let anything more go. Your person's in the Five of Swords. They feel like there's competition. They feel like you're talking to somebody else is why you're maybe letting them go. Why is Cancer in the Queen of Wands energy? Why are you in this independent energy? You could travel a lot. You maybe rapidly cut this person off, but you didn't want to be honest as to why. You could be married and you were talking to this person on the side. You could feel like this person is married. Maybe you suspected that maybe this person was married, or they had another relationship, or that they had a roommate that they were in a relationship with. And you confidently are telling me that, yes, I'm moving away from this because the energy between the two of you is the Nine of Pentacles. Why is your person in the Five of Swords energy, Cancer? Why is the Five of Swords for your person's energy? The Two of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. This person has tried to come in and tell you. They've tried to connect with you emotionally, but they don't see that they're getting through to you. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here between Cancer and their person? Okay, so you are working really, really hard. Your person's uncertain as to why you don't want to work it out with them. What's going to be the likely outcome here, Cancer and their person? You don't see any stability. You don't see any security. You're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm moving away from it. You feel like you're not in alignment. Even if you at one point thought this person maybe had potential, you're in the Queen of Wands upright. This person is in the King of Wands in reverse. So you don't see that they're in alignment with what you truly want or desire, or maybe they're with somebody else. Maybe they're with a karmic connection. All right. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. We got a lot of earth, a lot of fire. Let's get you some advice. What is going to be the advice? What's the guidance for those with Cancer placements? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? Cancer. All right, what's the advice for Cancer placements? Embrace your life purpose. You're being guided to do whatever is making your heart happy because it's meant to be. So if you are in a very self-sufficient, independent energy, maybe you're at the top of your game when it comes to your work or your career, your hobbies, maybe you have a business, there's something about you're in alignment with your divine path and purpose, and you need to be able to embrace that away from this situation. Okay, let's move on to Leo. If you guys are joining the chat after, I'll put the timestamps after the live is over. Welcome. I am not looking at the chat so we can get through the all signs. Then we'll do the ask a question, get an answer at the end. Leo, you versus your person. Are you mirroring each other or are you on completely different pages? If you guys do want your own in-depth reading, check out my website, timelessdivinetarot.com. All right, Leo and their person. Leo and their person. All right, Leo, your energy is the Hangman. Could be dealing with the Pisces. Your person's in the Moon energy. Could be dealing with the Taurus. The energy between the two of you is the Queen of Swords. Bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands. All right, Leo, so you're in the Hangman energy. So you could be thinking a lot, analyzing a lot about the situation between the two of you. You could be also wondering if you are sacrificing a lot. Let's clarify this Hangman. Why is Leo in this energy? I'm hearing all cried out over you. There's unresolved issues here. You could feel like you could be thinking that your person's giving you a lot of empty promises. Maybe they've made a lot of promises, but they haven't satisfied them. You're in your head because we do have the Queen of Swords between you and your person. So you maybe have started to put boundaries in place. You maybe have taken your placement back. You may wonder if this person really even cares. All right, your person's in the Moon energy. So they could be connecting with their higher self right now. They could be also feeling certain feelings that they've suppressed, but they have not actually addressed. Why is your person in the Moon energy, Leo? Why is the Moon here for Leo's person's energy? Seven of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands. So they're not necessarily communicating, but they are also feeling very defensive. All right, why is the Queen of Swords between Leo and their person? The Sun. There is some unhappiness here. Now, you could share a child or children with this person also. There's something about unhappiness. Now, you could be unhappy about the way this person has not resolved certain issues with that Tower, Leo. Your person could be happy because they maybe have to defend something. What's going to be the likely outcome between Leo and their person? Okay, so we've got the Judgment in reverse. So something's still not right. There's a lot of disrupted peace. There's also a consistent returning to each other, but here's the problem. It feels conditional, like there's certain conditions or circumstances that keep bringing the two of you back together. Now, it could be that maybe you share a car, you share a home. It could also be that you both are willingly wanting to persevere through something, but you're not letting your guards down in order to do that. Give me one more card on this. Because there is boundaries being put in place between the two of you. Yeah, there's an unequal give and take. You and your person may not be getting on the same page because you're not wanting to see that one person is giving more than the other. And it's almost like the perception is not there. And it could be the way you guys are communicating or the way you're needing to communicate needs to be different with that Six of Pentacles. All right, well, let's get some advice for Leo. You could be dealing with a Libra, an Aquarius, a water sign, a Pisces, a Cancer sign, another Leo. Let's get some advice for Leo in this situation. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What's going to be the guidance for Leo and their person? You keep returning to each other, but there's still a conflict that's not resolved. What is going to be the best piece of advice or guidance for Leo? Somebody could drive a red truck. Be the real you. Okay, it says number 6, you could be on life path number 6. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. So this could be part of the issue with you and your person, Leo, is maybe you feel like your light is being dimmed. And if you're a Leo, you don't want to be somebody you're not. You want to be authentically genuine. And so you and your person both need to be honestly be real with who you are. That's going to be your best piece of advice to overcome that. All right, let's move on to Virgo. All right, Virgo, you versus your person. Oh, I just seen your card there, Virgo. You're trying to pop out. So you could be feeling yourself. You could be in introspection today. You versus your person, Virgo. Are you and your person mirroring each other, or are you on completely different pages? Let's find out. Virgo and their person today. Virgo and their person. Oh, you came out again. You're in introspection. You're in your head. You're thinking a lot. Your person's in the Seven of Cups energy. So maybe they have their head in their clouds a little bit, but they may also be trying to figure out what their choices and decisions are when it comes to your situation. The energy between the two of you is the Five of Cups. So there's some type of hurt and disappointment that's happened with you and your person. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Pentacles. So something's not working with the two of you. Now, why is Virgo in the Hermit energy? Why is this your energy right now? The Justice in reverse, the World, the Ten of Swords. So you're feeling like something isn't fair, something isn't right. With the World, something has to close because you feel a sense of defeat. You could feel a sense of defeat in this situation because with that Five of Cups between you and your person, there could be something that you maybe have not let go of from the past that you're still holding on to. Now, your person's in this Seven of Cups energy. Why is Virgo's person in the Seven of Cups? Why is this here for their energy? The Star in reverse, the King of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the Sun in reverse. So your person may be losing hope and optimism. They could be pushing you away. That could be why you feel a sense of defeat. You're not maybe telling your person you feel defeated, but you feel like that your person feels like they need to push you away. They could be focusing on their career and their finance. Okay, you could be dealing with an Aquarius. Something's not working because of the hurt and disappointment. So for Virgo, what's going to be the likely outcome between them and their person? Six of Wands, Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the Emperor in reverse. So you both recognize that if this is a recent reconciliation, that you both want this, you both acknowledge this, but you also are both kind of holding on to your egos. You're holding on to each other, but you're still holding back because you're both still holding on to this disappointment. Something's not working because of that disappointment. What's it going to take for Virgo and their person to let this go? What's it going to take? Getting really excited about what the two of you really want, being able to walk away from whatever happened in the past, go into the unknown, maybe wiping the slate clean, and really being open with the communication with each other and how both of you need to overcome it. Okay. You could be dealing with an air sign, a water sign, fire sign, water sign, earth sign, water sign, fire sign, earth sign, Aquarius, Libra. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, Aquarius, water sign, another Virgo, or a fire sign. All right, let's get some advice for Virgo. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What is going to be the guidance for Virgo placements at this time? What is going to be the advice? I did see set your standards higher, so you may need to have higher standards on maybe effectively communicating. Dream big. Let go of the small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. So it could even just be a positive mind shift of getting out of your head with the hurt and disappointment of the past and really putting that to bed in order to move forward with the focusing on the positive. All right, Libra. All right, Libra, you versus your person. Are you marrying each other or are you on completely different pages? Libra and their person. All right, Libra. This person could live at a distance, or they could travel a lot, Libra, or you could. Libra and their person. Okay, you're in the Page of Pentacles energy. Your person's in the Three of Swords energy. The energy between the two of you is the King of Wands. So somebody's blocking the situation between the two of you. Bottom of the deck, yep, it's the Eight of Wands. So there could be travel. Why are you in the Page of Pentacles? You're wanting to reach out to this person, but you're feeling blocked. Three of Wands. Five of Cups. The Moon. You feel like this person is keeping something from you. Something potentially you've tried to reach out. You haven't heard from this person. There is a blockage because we do have somebody that is between the two of you. Your person's in the Three of Swords. So why is Libra's person in the Three of Swords? So there's some hurt and disappointment. There is third party energy here. Justice. Three of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. So if you were well aware, Libra, that your person was in the middle of a breakup, or they recently came out of a breakup, or you knew they were going through a divorce, it does look like this person has decided to resolve their issues with that past person. They maybe didn't let you know they were doing a little bit of crossover. They went from their past person to you. Now they've went back to the past person. This is the person blocking you and your person. You could be younger than your person. Why did this person return to their ex? Why did Libra's person return? They wanted to give it one more shot. They could have children with this person. They could just have a history. What's going to be the likely outcome between you and your person? Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords. Yeah, even if you try to keep reaching out to this person, things are not going to progress. They will not be honest with you to let you know that they did make an attempt and they are attempting to resolve something with their past person. You could be dealing with another Libra. You could be dealing with an earth sign, an air sign, Aquarius, Cancer, fire sign, or an earth sign. All right, let's get you some advice. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What's going to be the guidance for Libra placements at this time? What is the best piece of advice? I'm hearing hurry up and make a decision. Okay. There it is. It says make a decision. It says feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. So Spirit is wanting you to hurry up and make the decision to work through the detachment of this situation because something else is waiting to come through. It's kind of like you want to have a Coca-Cola, but your cup is filled with water. Well, you don't have anywhere to dump that water out, so you need to drink it. You need to absorb the situation, the circumstance that you've been through so that you can now have that Coca-Cola. And that's what Spirit is saying. Make a decision to drink the water so that you can get to the next best thing. Okay. Scorpio. All right, Scorpio. You versus your person. Are you mirroring each other or are you on completely different pages? Scorpio and their person. Scorpio. Scorpio. Your energy is the Six of Swords. Your person's energy is the Hermit. You could be dealing with the Virgo. The energy between the two of you is the Temperance. You could be dealing with the Sagittarius. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. So you're in the Six of Swords energy. You're thinking, you know what, I'm just going to move on. This is going to bring me peace. With the Temperance, you may feel like you need to heal from the situation. Why are you in the Six of Swords, Scorpio? Why is this your energy? You feel like you need to get to calmer waters. Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Wands in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So you are no longer investing in the situation. You don't have any desire. You don't have any passion. You don't have any excitement anymore for it, and you're not committing to it. Your person's in the Hermit energy, so they're thinking long and hard about you. They could be patiently waiting for you to return if you're the one who broke up with them or you're the one who ghosted them. Why are they in the Hermit energy? King of Cups in reverse. They're very upset. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. the Knight of Wands. They want you to return. They would be really excited if you would return, but they feel like that's not going to happen. They feel your detachment. Why is the Temperance here between you and your person? You're healing from the situation. Yeah, you push this person away. You are protecting yourself, your heart, and your space. What's going to be the likely outcome for Scorpio and their person? Six of Wands. Judgment in reverse. The Death in reverse. You and the High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck. You may recognize that this person's not making a decision in the past about something that they were supposed to change. And because of that, you're not making a change on the decision you've made. It's kind of like, I gave you enough time to make the changes. You didn't make the changes. So I recognize you're not making the changes. So therefore, I'm moving away from this. Okay. Well, you could be dealing with the fire sign, a Scorpio, a Libra, Earth, fire, Sagittarius, a Virgo, water, or air. All right, let's get you some advice, Scorpio. What is the best piece of advice? What is the guidance for Scorpio placements that you need to know, you need to hear at this time? I'm hearing redirection is your protection. Worthiness. It says, know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. That is your advice. Okay. Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. You versus your person. Are you mirroring each other or are you on completely different pages? What is this? The Emperor in reverse wanted to come out. We'll put it back in. We'll see if he pops back out. Sagittarius, you could be dealing with an Aries. Sagittarius and their person. You could be in like a co-parenting dynamic. Maybe you're a father or mother of children. Person you're getting this or watching this reading for could be somebody you co-parent with. Sagittarius, what is your energy? Seven of Swords. Okay. Your person's energy is the Two of Wands. The energy between the two of you is the Four of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Justice. So you're in the Seven of Swords energy. There's something you're not being honest with the situation. Or, yeah, why are you in the Seven of Swords, Sag? Why are you not being honest, or you're being sneaky, or maybe you're being a little deceptive? What is this? Why are you in this energy? King of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. You could have a child with this person. This definitely could be a co-parenting dynamic. And the Queen of Wands. We've also got the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Give me another one. Why are you in the Seven of Swords? You maybe are lying to yourself. You're waiting maybe for reconciliation with your ex, potentially, that you have a child or children with. Because the energy between the two of you is this Four of Cups. So for you, you maybe want an opportunity, but you're lying to yourself or to your ex about wanting a new opportunity because you're waiting. Okay. Why is your person's in the Two of Wands energy? Why is Sagittarius this person in the Two of Wands? What is this? The Emperor in reverse just came back out. Three of Cups in reverse. The World. Your ex maybe at one point might have been waiting for this to be a reconciliation. Maybe you guys were friends, but it looks like they're closing out the chapter. They're closing out the cycle. They're not waiting on you no more. They could be looking in a different direction. What's the likely outcome between Sagittarius and their person? Queen of Cups, the Chariot, and the Ten of Wands in reverse with the Ten of Swords hidden at the bottom of the deck. So if you are waiting or you wanted an opportunity with your ex that you either have a child with or maybe you wanted children with, you were hoping that this was going to happen. I see that maybe you were even confronted. Hey, do you want to reconcile? And you said, no, that's not true. You were lying. You definitely wanted reconciliation. You feel like maybe now you've missed out on that window or that opportunity. It does look like your person is the one who actually closed the cycle out. And I see that you still love this person. You still want this with this person, but you're being forced to move forward There's a sense of defeat here. There might even be a lack of taking the accountability that you wanted reconciliation. There's a sense of defeat here too. Let's get you some advice. I'm going to do one more storyline because that feels very specific for Sagittarius. Give me a card of advice. Don't give up on love, Sagittarius. A relationship you cherish can be healed. Allow me to clear the way for forgiveness so that love can thrive again. Okay. All right. Let me do one more storyline for Sagittarius because that felt very specific, very narrow. Let's do one more for Sag and their person. Oh, okay. We're going to take that one. You could be in your King of Pentacles era. Your person, 9 of Swords. Energy between the two of you is the Devil. Bottom of the deck is the 6 of Pentacles. So you're in the King of Pentacles. For other Sagittarius that didn't resonate with the first story, you're in this King of Pentacles. So you're obsessed with your money, your career, your finances. Why are you in the King of Pentacles? Your stability, your security. You clearly realize there could be competition. There could be conflict. You're also caught up in your head about something. Your person's in this 9 of Swords energy. Why is your person in the 9 of Swords? They're like, I'm hearing, oh crap. They feel like you're juggling them, that now they're being forced to be single back on the market, and they don't have the strength to fight you. Okay, so there is a Devil energy between the two of you. So you could be really obsessed with your money or your stability or your finance. You're investing in maybe yourself, maybe your business, your career, and your person is obsessed with crap. Now they're back on the market. They're single. Okay, so there's a negative attachment that they have. What's the likely outcome here? Queen of Pentacles. So you are divine counterparts. And the 9 of Cups in reverse, the 9 of Wands in reverse. So you are divine counterparts. This is somebody you're supposed to be with. But it looks like you're not investing in it, and your person feels like they're being forced to go back on the market. All right. You could be dealing with a fire sign, a water sign, a Leo, an earth sign, air sign, a Capricorn, earth sign, air sign, air sign, air sign. Lots of air. All right. Let's get you a card of advice, and then we'll move on. All right. What's the advice for Sagittarius? Oh, my goodness. Take control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused on the outcome that is you truly desire. Okay, so really focusing on your thoughts. I'm also going to take the next one. It's time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that new can come in. All right, let's move on to the next sign. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, you versus your person. Are you mirroring each other, or are you on completely different pages? Capricorn and their person. Capricorn. Capricorn. You could be driving a Tesla truck. You're in the 10 of Cups in reverse. Your person's in the Knight of Swords energy. The energy between the two of you is the King of Wands. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands. Okay, so 10-10, you could be seeing a lot of 10s. You're very unhappy. You feel like, you know what, it's done. This person doesn't see my potential, and I don't want to keep investing. Why are you in the 10 of Cups, Capricorn, in reverse? Why are you so unhappy? The 9 of Pentacles in reverse, the World in reverse, and the Tower. So you really feel like this person is very codependent. They could be very dependent on you financially, physically, emotionally. And you have brought the Tower in the situation because you're like, I'm done. I'm done supporting you. I'm done taking care of you. You need to be more independent. These unresolved issues maybe have been going on for a very long time, and you're no longer wanting to entertain it. Now, this person's in the Knight of Swords. This person could be younger than you. Why are they in the Knight of Swords? They want to come in and give you some communication. I'm hearing an earful. So they may want to give you an earful. There's the earful. The Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Knight of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck is the 5 of Wands. Okay, so Capricorn, your person could be younger than you. You could be somebody older. Your person may be coming with somebody else to have this conversation with you because they feel like you're ignoring the practical thing to do in this situation. This could be their father, it could be their brother, their uncle. It could be somebody that's in a very strict and stern energy with them. So it kind of feels like you broke up with somebody who maybe went from their mom and dad taking care of them to you taking care of them financially, and now you kick them out, and now they go back to their mom and dad. Their mom and dad or their dad is not having it, and they want to come back and convince you that you need to take them back. Okay. We got the King of Wands between the two of you. Why does the King of Wands show up between Capricorn and their person? Why is this person here? King of Swords, the Judgment in reverse, and the Empress. This person could be pregnant. You could have a child with this person. This person's mom's also going to get involved. So the parents are definitely playing a factor. This feels very specific. Again, why are there so many specifics here? The brother, the uncle, the cousin, the friend, this person's whole crew is wanting you to take this person back. Okay, what's going to be the likely outcome? Capricorn, you're up against a hill here. It's like I'm literally seeing you running over the hill, and they're running after you on the hill. And now the Queen of Swords is coming out. Oh my goodness. This person's got a whole tribe of people. You either have a child, this person's pregnant, or this person's just really emotionally immature and financially immature, but I don't see you going for it. You're like, I'm out. I'm done. I brought the tower down. I kicked you to the curb. I'm out. I'm done. This person's got a whole slew of people that are trying to come towards you to convince you to change your mind. I don't see you're doing it. You're done. You've changed the locks, changed the keys, and have separated. Okay. Well, they're not going down without a fight. They want to convince you otherwise. If you're married, they want to convince you to stay in this wedding, or I'm sorry, in this marriage. Who are you dealing with? Okay, we got water energy, Aquarius, earth energy, fire energy, air energy, Libra, Aries, air energy, Taurus energy, earth energy, water energy, air energy, and water. Let's get you some advice, Capricorn. I'm hearing, I pity the fool. Okay, Capricorn. What's the advice for Capricorn in this situation? What is going to be the best piece of advice? What is the guidance they need to know? What do they need to hear that's going to serve their highest good, Spirit? What is the advice for Capricorn? Synchronicities. Your prayers and your questions are being answered by synchronicitous events. Notice them in order to increase your flow. And I'm going to show you the card at the bottom of the deck too. Number 33, you could be 33 years old. Says this is going to be a blessing in disguise. It says, be patient and have faith. Your angels have the situation under control. What will come is far better than you dared to dream. So this situation of decision you made is going to be a blessing in disguise. Okay. Aquarius. All right, Aquarius. You versus your person, Aquarius. Are you marrying each other, or are you on completely different pages? Aquarius and their person. What is the energy for Aquarius? What is their person's energy? What's the energy between the two of them? I'm hearing that song. Apple bottom jeans, boots with the fur. The whole club looking at her. All right, Aquarius. 4 wands in reverse is your energy. Your person's in the Queen of Pentacles. The energy between the two of you is the 7 of Cups. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. So you don't feel safe. You don't feel secure. You feel like the 4 walls have collapsed and now there is an open exposure here. Why are you in the 4 wands in reverse? You could be married to this person. You could have shared a home with this person, but something's no longer what once was happy and secure is no longer. Why is that? You feel like this person has dropped you. Maybe you haven't listened to your intuition about this person. This person is very much focused on their own stability and security. Maybe they changed the bank account. You don't have access anymore. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here for your person's energy? They made the choice that they're making themselves happy. They're no longer making you happy. Now, the energy between the two of you is that Seven of Cups. So there's no choice. There's no options left here. You could feel that way. They could feel that way. Why is the Seven of Cups in reverse between them? Third party energy. Closing out the cycle. So you could feel like you're forced to close out a cycle, especially if they iced you out, they closed the bank accounts, they kicked you out, or you just feel like it needs to be done. Your person's making the same choice that they are also done. What's the likely outcome here? Because I see the cycle is closing. You're both dropping this, and neither one of you are giving to the situation. You may have a child or children with this person, with that Empress energy. You're both focusing on your own needs at this time. All right. Let's see who you're dealing with, and let's get you some advice, Aquarius. All right, you could be dealing with an air sign and an Aquarius, another Aquarius, a Taurus, a fire sign, a water sign, an earth sign, an air sign, a fire sign, a water sign, a fire sign, earth sign, a earth sign, a water sign, or a Leo. All right, Aquarius. What is going to be the best piece of advice? What's going to be the guidance that you need to know? What do you need to hear, Aquarius? Okay, I'm going to take this. I want it to come out. Let it go. Number 18. You could be born on the 18th. It says, this situation no longer serves you. Allow me to sever your energetic connections to the past so that you can embrace the future. Okay. Pisces. All right, Pisces, you versus your person. Are you marrying each other or are you on completely different pages? Pisces and their person. Pisces. Two more shuffles. Pisces. Your energy is the World reversed. Your person's energy is the Empress in reverse. The energy between the two of you is the Seven of Swords. The bottom of the deck is the Ten of Pentacles. So when I was shuffling, it felt like you guys were in a long-term relationship. So you are in the energy of the World in reverse. There's a lot of unresolved issues, and this could be somebody you've been with for a long time, but you could be not wanting to be honest with yourself or your person. There's deception between the two of you. Your person's in the Empress in reverse. You could have a child or children with this person. This person just acts like they don't care anymore. So why are you in the World reverse? Why is there unresolved issues that you feel haven't happened? Or you could feel like your person's not coming clean with something. You're dropping this like a bad habit. Okay. Because of these unresolved issues, you feel like, you know what? I need to put boundaries in place. I can no longer hold on to someone who's not going to be fully honest with me. If they're not going to be honest, then I need to put these boundaries in place. Now, your person's acting like it doesn't matter. They don't really care. It's fine. No big deal. Why is the Empress in reverse for your person's energy? Nine of Pentacles, the High Priestess in reverse, and the King of Cups. They're like, okay, fine, I'll just go be single and independent, live my best life, but they're ignoring their intuition that they do still love you. They do still want this, and they wish that they could be more compassionate. Their intuition is saying they're not being compassionate to your needs. We got the Seven of Swords between the two of you. So why is the Seven of Swords here? Okay, well, there's a lack of movement and a lack of stability. And it could be that maybe you travel or your person travels a lot for their job or their career, and you've asked them not to travel so much, that they're never home. They're never available when you call or when you text, that you can't get a hold of them. There's something about, there's an instability of unresolved issues, and you've asked or you've pleaded with your person as to the reason why, and they won't tell you, and you feel there could be deception here. All right, so things are stuck. What's going to be the likely outcome with Pisces and this person? Three of Swords in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse, the Strength in reverse. You don't have the strength and the courage to keep fighting the fight with this person. Now, I do see your person is having a more passive attitude of, that's fine, I'll just go and do what I want to do. I do still love you, but I am no longer going to try to be strong and hold this together. So it looks like they're just kind of letting it evaporate. Okay, well, let's see who you're dealing with and we'll get you some advice. You could be dealing with a Virgo, a Leo, a water sign, air sign, a Taurus, a water sign, an earth sign, a Taurus, a fire sign, earth sign, air sign, Aquarius, or a earth sign. All right, let's get you some advice, Pisces. What's the best piece of advice? What's the guidance for Pisces placements? What do they need to know? What do they need to hear? What's going to serve their highest good? I'm hearing this song, or is it a slogan on, is it from Toy Story where it's into the unknown? I don't know what that means. Number 15, increase your knowledge. It says, education is going to bring you opportunities. You might need to take a course, pick up a book, find a mentor, but your soul is longing for you to gain knowledge right now. So that is where you're being directed. Okay, let's switch over to the chat. We're going to do ask a question, get an answer. I'm limited on time. I only got like 8.5 minutes left before I got to go, but we can get started with whoever is ready. All right, we're going to start with Gracel. Leo is up above. Timestamp is 1612. All right, go ahead, and I'm not going to scroll back up. So if you guys have questions, put them in the chat. And I got about 8 minutes before I got to go. So go ahead and put your questions in the chat. We'll do ask a question, get an answer whenever you guys are ready. All right, Lynn, how is my ex feeling about me now? He still loves you. He still has feelings and emotions for you, but he's not taking any action. Janetta, is it a good idea to meet him this weekend? No, you're going to feel like he's full of a bunch of air and empty promises. I'm hearing hot air. Beach, what is the love card for you? Oh, you got the lovers. Okay. There could be somebody that is wanting to come towards you. Erica, can you have I'm going to give you a love card, not a full reading. If you want a full reading, you guys have to go to my website and purchase one. I see communication is stuck with somebody. You need to be happy that that communication is stuck. You need to heal from that person, whoever you keep thinking about. Let's see, Annette. What are Kyle's feelings for Annette? Kyle's feelings for Annette. He feels truthfully he needs to just move on from this. Kevin, any chance you're going to hear from Aries? No. Virgo? No. It doesn't look like either one of them. Prestiga? Hopefully I said that right. If not, I apologize. How is your meeting going to go tomorrow? It's going to go great. There's going to be an opportunity with that meeting. Shelly, what is a card for you? Shelly, what is the card for Shelly? There's something with work that's going to work in your favor, that Three of Pentacles, and it's going to make you really, really happy. Something you may not even see. Ghislaine, is it a good idea to accept a gift from Elle? Is it a good idea to accept a gift from Elle? No, it's going to come with some type of attachment. It's going to make you feel disappointed. Emily, will he come back before Christmas? Emily, will he come back? He's a little bit fearful and scared. No, he doesn't feel that there's enough stability and security to come back before Christmas. If I missed your question, put it back in the chat since I'm not able to scroll up. Surya, I don't understand your question. Emily, okay, I did that one. My behavior towards my company, Prestiga, what is your behavior towards your company? You feel like there's deception or dishonesty there? Yeah, you're at a place of thinking a lot about some type of deception. I don't know what that is. Claire, you want a card? What is the card for Claire? What is the card for Claire? Claire. The Two of Wands. There's something you've been pondering, you've been thinking about taking action on. Yeah, your intuition's been saying you need to do it. You need to go for it. Stop waiting, stop thinking, stop trying to analyze it, and just make the decision. Crystalline, card for Crystalline. Crystalline, sorry if I said that wrong. Crystalline, what is a card for you? Ooh, you need to open up communication with somebody that you had a fight with recently. There's somebody that you're holding back because you feel like they don't emotionally connect with you. There's something about you need to be the one who actually initiates that. Michelle, did Roberto text me from a different number? Did Roberto text you from a different number? No, it was not him. Betsy, what's the guidance for Betsy today? Let's get one of these oracle cards. What's the guidance for Betsy today? What is the best guidance for Make a Wish? I just see Make a Wish. Oh, wait, don't rush into action right now. Bide your time, because if you make a wish, there's better results for you. Helene, will I meet someone special this December on your vacation? Are you going to meet somebody on vacation? No? You know what? I was going to say 3, and then the 3 of Swords came out. You might be disappointed if you have an expectation, but your intuition already knows you're going to be meeting somebody in March. So you need to just wait. You may actually connect with them in February, but physically meet them in March. Polly, what do I need to know? Let's get you an oracle card. Polly, what do you need to know? Thank you guys for joining the live and putting your comments and liking the live. I really do appreciate the energy exchange. What is the oracle message for Polly? What's the message? You have a soulmate relationship that is getting ready to come towards you. You might be feeling the energy start picking up. And you know what happens right before you meet somebody or you're getting ready to have a major shift is things start to fall away. Things start to not work and you start questioning things. Allow things to naturally for the soulmate to come in. Let's see. Hi, Amanda. You're welcome, Betsy. Surya, my one blessing this December. Surya. Let's see here. Surya, what is the message for Surya for this month? What is the message? I was going to ask, I was going to do a poll. Let me know, are you guys interested in knowing each zodiac sign for 2026? Like what you should surrender, what you should embrace? Would you guys be interested in me doing in all signs for that? Let me know down in the comments, because I've been thinking about doing that. But I didn't know if you guys would be interested in that or not. Okay, let yourself receive, Polly. It says, allow others to give you love and care. Receive without any guilt or any apologies. You need to be more in your feminine energy. Allow yourself to receive from other people. Let's see here. Okay. I'm going to do 2 more questions. You guys want to put 2 more questions down there? And then I got to boot scoot boogie out of here today. Okay, Shelly, do me and the ex have a chance? Shelly and her ex, do they have a chance? Yes, I do see that reconciliation could happen with the 2 of you, but you both have to be committed to it. If you decide to reconcile but keep each other in the friend zone, it won't work. So you have to align with what you both value when it comes to commitment. Okay, Lynn, received an envelope in the mail today. Thinking on return to sender. Thoughts? Okay. The envelope that Lynn received. Give me a card on that. If it's reverse, it's a return to sender. No, you should open it. The 2 of Cups, that's something you might feel very connected to with that 2 of Cups. Make the choice to open it. Any other questions? I got time for one more question. Anything new for Janine? Anything new for Janine? The 10 of Pentacles is coming out. So you have either a long-term career that you're investing in, something's going to work out for you, or you have money coming in for you. Give me an oracle on that. You've been working really hard. Take a nap and rest, because rest is going to bring in this 10 of Pentacles. So you could be overworking. You need to allow it to slot into place and let the fruits of your labor be shown. Yep, Sagittarius is timestamp 3725. I will put the timestamps after this live. I have to go But I do thank everybody for joining. I will be back tomorrow. I will schedule the time out. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Bye.